Boy, oh boy, there were people that were waiting for Coach Prime Deion Sanders in Colorado to be bad so they could have the last laugh. And one of those people, and it's very evident now, was Danny Kanell, the former NFL and Florida State quarterback, who picked a little fight with Deion Sanders earlier this year. Deion kind of got the last laugh on that one. But he who laughed first doesn't always laugh last. And that might be Mr. Kanell. Let's talk about it after the bumper, because boy, he might have got his lick back. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Now, I led you in because I told you all, Mr. Canell. I did a video. I'll put it on here somewhere, but I did a video about Danny Kanell and how he was taking shots at Deion Sanders. Basically, to give you the cliff notes, was Deion Sanders, when was asked about having a bunch of Miami guys, Warren Sapp, Michael Irvin, earlier this year, like during preseason at Colorado, talking to his guys, they was like, "Oh, you got a bunch of former Hurricanes, and you're a no, as in Seminole." And Deion said, "No, I graduated from an HBCU, which technically he did, Talladega College. Shout out to Talladega College." Well, Danny Kanell didn't like that. He took offense to that. He was on some hating stuff. It was lame, and it was lame. And Prime got back at him. You know what I mean? People was pulling up the clips of Deion doing a high step, going pick six on Mr. Canel. And I was like, oh, Danny's still tight about this. Well, Danny didn't forget. Danny didn't forget the jokes y'all had for him, me included. The jokes me, you, and everybody in the world had for him. Well, he waited and he waited and he waited and he waited and he waited to Colorado finish the season 4-8 on the year. And then he started bringing up old tweets, and then he started tweeting at guys on their old tweets. Let's go and let me show you what I'm talking about. So, Robert Griffin, back on November 25th, said Coach Prime lifted Colorado Buffaloes from 1 win last year to 4 in year 1. From no hope to hope for a bright future. Whether you love him or you love to hate him, you watch Deion Sanders. Teams at levels never seen before for a team coming off a 1-win season next year will be fun. Now, part of that is true, Robert, but also, Robert, they only won 4 games. And by the end of the year, the buzz had died a little bit. But nonetheless, they will be must-see TV next year. I will agree with that. Well, Danny, Mr. Danny, said Colorado, CU, didn't beat one team with the winning record, lost last 6 games, are hitting the portal, coaches are leaving, recruits are decommitting. They have the 64th recruiting class behind UNLV, BYU, South Florida, all ahead. But sure, everything is great because people watched in RG3's world. That was Danny's first shot. Bow, bow, bow. Little warning shots. You know what I mean? But Danny wasn't done. Danny was not done. That was actually Danny just getting started. Danny said, okay, Robert Griffin is one thing, but let me take it right to Deion Sanders' doorstep. Let me at his son, Deion Jr. Because back on September 17th, remember when that back and forth was happening? I told you this was Danny. Says, should you storm the field after a win in OT as a 24-point favorite? This was at the Colorado beat Colorado State in overtime, 24-point favorite. They end up winning in overtime, and they stormed the field. The fans did. And Deion Jr. said, you are a pure hoe. Brought it right to Danny Kanell's Tugin, to his neck. But Danny didn't forget, because Danny came right back today. That was back in September. Danny stood on business. He waited. He sat on that for 2.5 months and said, hey, Junior, congrats on your 4 wins in year 1. Some advice for year 2. Stop writing checks your little bros can't cash. Yikes, Danny. 2, clean up your language. I'm sure your daddy doesn't approve. When you lose, say little. When you win, say less. Hashtag DK, meaning Danny Kanell. receipts. That is actually hilarious because Danny sat on it for 2.5 months and waited after those early wins, 3-0 start, and waited. Even he could have did something after the Stanford loss. They were up 29-0. He waited. He could have did something after each and every single loss. He waited until the conclusion of the season to bring up Junior's tweet from 2.5 months ago to let him know, I see you. Now you must see me. Brilliant by Danny Kanell. I thought that was hilarious. Now, was it corny? Is it for clicks? Is it for likes? Is it for clout? Absolutely. Absolutely is for clicks. It is for relevancy. It is for, what he did originally. I thought it was super corny. But talking about Deion Sanders gets you clicks. Talking about Deion Sanders gets you views. I know. I'm there. I understand. And so Danny, people came at Danny. People really came, me included. I came at Danny. You know what I'm saying? But, I can show respect. I can say when something's funny, whether I like the person or I think somebody did corny one time was corny or not. This was funny. This was brilliant. But these are the type of battles that you'll have to fight when you're Deion Sanders and you maneuver and you operate the way you do, whether it's the Danny Kannells or the Jason Whitlocks, or some of y'all even say the JeffLightsyJrs. You're going to have to fight these battles. You're going to have people, some people, not me, but some people preying on your downfall. You're going to have some people hoping that you fail. And some people that when you do fail, or if you do fail, in this case you did, you went 4-8. That is a failure. Whether you say, oh, they only won one game or not, 4-8 is 4-8. I thought they go 6-6. Some of y'all thought they win 9 or 10 games. They started off 3-0 and ranked in the top 10 and was having over 10 million people watch their games. But they finished the season 4-8, and by the end they would have less than 1 million people watching the games. And the starting quarterback had a fracture in his back. That's a failure. That's a failure. Tim Brewster leaving, recruits decommitting, coaches leaving, players in the portal. That's part of the game. But it consecutively like that, it's not good. And from the people that I know up in Boulder or have visited Boulder or been up that way, they don't think Deion stand long. And I told y'all he wouldn't stand long. I don't think he'll do the 24 season. He's out of there. He is out of there. And if it wasn't prevalent before, it is very much prevalent now. All his 25 commits decommitting, Tim Brewster leaving, his son is injured, Sean Lewis bounced. He's now the head coach of San Diego State. He's out of there after 24, and that's okay. But this Colorado experiment, I told you to be brief. When he first got there, I said 3 years. Then I watched how things were progressing. I said 2 years, and I'm sticking by the 2 years. Boulder, Colorado is still Boulder, Colorado, guys. Like, there's only so much hip hop flash and stuff that you could do, especially if you ain't winning. And this year, towards the end, they weren't winning. As you see, the celebrity factor and the hip hop factor dwindled and dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. And guys were getting hurt, and guys were missing games, and guys were upset and visibly frustrated. And now you got guys like Danny Kanell taking shots at you. You got guys like Danny Kanell getting the current laugh. I'm not going to say it's the last laugh, but he got the last laugh of this season. Actually, I am going to say it's the last laugh. The last laugh of the 2023 season. That belongs to Danny Kanell. Hashtag DK receipts. Hey, bravo, Danny. Got to clap this one up. Bravo, Danny. You won this round. They got you early, but you won this round, and it is what it is. How will Prime in Colorado bounce back in 2024? How will they bounce back? Well, they're going to have to do it strictly through the portal. They didn't really sign too many high school guys, and I don't think they will sign too many high school guys moving forward. How will they bounce back? How will they look? And you better get a good look at Deion Sanders now, because he ain't lasting too much longer in Boulder. He's going to be out of there very, very soon, like after the 24 season. My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell, because I upload all the time. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and X at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and X at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. Also, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.